The high S, which is at the bottom right-hand corner of the matrix, is known as a supporter, hence the S, but it's also known as amiable, which is another word for amicable, I suppose, or that the person is amiable, the relationship would be amicable. And then the old-fashioned term is phlegmatic. Do not be put off by the body fluid that this refers to. The body fluid that this refers to is, in fact, phlegm, referred to as such only because it is unobtrusive and in the background all the time, and also slow, okay, and deliberate. Slow, not in a negative sense, but deliberate. Here's some high S's, okay. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who many of you might only know from the history books, the last president to serve 3 terms. He died in his 3rd term. He pulled America through the Second World War, was the architect of the deal, the New Deal, which is why the Green New Deal has been named, because they are Democrats, of course, and he's their favorite Democrat. And they're renaming their Green New Deal, one of the most unrealistic policy proposals in history, but they've named it after him. He had the New Deal because he pulled America through the Depression as well, and his New Deal was all about socialist implementations and so forth, which, by the way, did help to a degree. Then we got Mahatma Gandhi, of course, who pulled India through emancipation from colonial rule. Okay, so India became independent under Mahatma Gandhi. Ironically, Mahatma Gandhi learned a lot of his people skills and a lot of his other skills in South Africa, in this country. All right, under Jan Smuts. Okay, in fact, engaged with Jan Smuts, and they didn't get on too well. If you've seen the movie Gandhi, I'd heartily recommend it. Okay, and then of course our own President Thabo Mbeki, who was president between 1999 and 2009. As you recall, he was recalled by the ANC in the year 2008 at the Polokwane conference. Okay, but without a doubt, the president post-94 who had the most success with regard to the country's performance, without a doubt. Okay, and was, of course, as we all know, succeeded by not a lot of success. Okay, so what we have here are 3 phlegmatics. Okay, these are guys who don't like to be in your face, in the camera all the time. They like to be in the background, to work hard. And on a project, what do you want them doing? Well, their basic motivation is long-term relationships and being appreciated. They like to be on the team, although they don't like to be necessarily in the limelight. Don't misunderstand them. They're not easily drawn to leadership positions, but when they are in leadership positions, they can be very powerful leaders. Okay? Major strengths: supportive, agreeable, loyal. Wonderful. I always say the best marriage partner to look out for. Okay? Major weaknesses: conforming, retiring, missed opportunities. So they are risk averse, so they will miss opportunities. They're also conflict averse. They hate conflict. Okay. All right. Best environment: specialization. So you do want these people on the project in charge of monitoring and control, specializing in a particular area. You also want them looking at risk management, although this high C's are probably better with that. Opportunity to work with a group. They love the team, working with a team. It's just their thing. Okay, and consistent and predictable environments. You don't want a project changing every 5 seconds with them. It creates huge angst. Okay, and then, of course, under tension, they will submit. Okay, but beware of the will of iron. Okay, when they dig their heels in, nothing moves them. But it's after a long while of being pushed around and told to do this, that, and the other. Okay, they will dig their heels in. All right, my ideal world is where I have peace. Not fun, not control, peace. They want peace. So a meeting with lots of people shouting at one another, this is not going to go down well. All right, I want to do it the easy way. The easy way. Okay, there we go. My greatest fear is losing relationships. Okay, they actually don't have the same kind of relationships that the high eyes have. The high eyes are very much into the, for the moment relationships. Just to go back to the high eye, if he says, looks at you and you feel like you've got a friend for life, but then tomorrow says to you, sorry, what's your name again? That's just high eye. He's not being rude. He's just high eye. But the high S will definitely remember your name and consider long-term relationships for you. Okay. All right. Well done. Welcome, Leandro. Welcome back. Okay. All right. And there we go here to the next slide. How do you convince them? Why? They are very much rationale people. Why are we doing this? Okay, things of that nature, right? How do you disagree? Well, you disagree with them together. Okay, in the group. Group hug, guys. Let's disagree together. All right.